Das Kabinett des Dr. Caligari, also known by the English title The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, is a German silent film from 1920. It is considered the quintessential work of German expressionist cinema. It tells the story of an insane hypnotist who uses a somnambulist to commit murders. The story starts with Francis, whose life we see in flashbacks. He and his friend Alan visit Caligari's sideshow attraction, which features somnambulist Cesare. On Caligari's order, Cesare awakens and answers questions from the audience. Alan asks, "How long shall I live?" And Caesar answers, "The time is short. You die at dawn." Later that night, a figure breaks into Alan's home and stabs him to death in his bed. Francis investigates Alan's murder with help from his fiancée Jane and her father, who obtains police authorization to investigate the somnambulist. That night, the police apprehend a criminal in possession of a knife who is caught attempting to murder an elderly woman. He admits to his crime, but denies the other murders. At night, Francis spies on Caligari and observes what appears to be Cesare sleeping in his box. However, the real Cesare sneaks into Jane's home as she sleeps. After he fails to stab her as well, he drags her through the window onto the street. Chased by an angry mob, Cesare eventually drops Jane and flees. Caligari escapes in the confusion. Francis follows him and sees Caligari go into an insane asylum. Upon further investigation, Francis is shocked to learn that Caligari is the asylum's director. Francis finds out about the director's obsession with the story of an 18th century mystic named Caligari, who used a somnambulist named Cesare to commit murders in Italy. Francis calls the police to Dr. Caligari's office, where he is restrained in a straitjacket and becomes an inmate in his own asylum. The narrative returns to the present, where Francis concludes his story, but in a twist ending. Francis is depicted as an asylum inmate. Jane and Cesare are patients as well. Jane believes that she is a queen, while Cesare is awake. The man Francis refers to as Dr. Caligari is the asylum director. Francis attacks him and is restrained in a straitjacket, then placed in the same cell where Caligari was confined in Francis' story. The asylum director announces that now that he understands Francis' delusion, he's confident that he can cure him.